Hi there and welcome back to another video. So today I'm aiming for a slightly different kind of video. I'm trying to put up my footage a bit less sped up than usual. This time I think I'm only gonna put it like 2 times or 3 times sped up. I wanted to put it less sped up because I find it more relaxing and I want to try and do a different kind of video today. You probably have seen videos around of people that do this kind of videos that are for you to watch and sketch or just chill out with me, something like that. And I wanted to do something more aiming for that. And I think that a less sped up process or real-time video seems more suitable to me. So I wanted to try out that while I talk about different challenges you can do while staying at home. And as I think this topic is going to get a bit chatty because I'm going to explain the different challenges, talk actually about several challenges, but I think it will be a good video for you to grab a cup of coffee or a tea and just come and relax with me, draw with me, or get out your sketchbook or do some chores while you're listening and take a pic once in a while. So I thought that with the times going on, a lot of us are home and a lot of us have more free time than we are used to. Some of us might have projects and stuff to do, but others don't have that much things to do. So I've seen a lot of artists turn to challenges to pass up the time. So I've seen some challenges rise up in popularity, and I thought I will give you not only those challenges that are popular right now, because of course we all want to take part in popular challenges, may it be because we like to interact with the community or because we want more followers or just because we are excited about the challenge itself, or all of the above. Of course, I wanted to give you more options in case you're looking for different challenges or you don't know much about challenges. Challenges are a thing that actually I like a lot and I usually am interested in, and I basically know most of the popular challenges that are going on. So let's dive into it. The first one is of course the one that is more popular right now, and this is the 6 Fun Arts Challenge. I've seen that in the past 1 or 2 weeks this challenge has risen up and is now really popular, and it's really quite fun. So this is the one I'm working on, and I'm going to tell you a bit about how am I approaching it, because this is a chatty video, so I think I'm allowed to tell you a bit more of what I'm doing. But first I'm just gonna quickly tell you how the challenge works. I think the creator was called Melissa something, but that's not her Instagram name. I'm gonna leave links down below to the challenges I mentioned, who's created them if I know it, and I don't know, links and things in case you need more info. For a lot of challenges I'm going to talk about, I have posts on my blog explaining them better, giving tips and things like that. So if I have a post for a particular challenge, I will leave also that in the description box in case you want to check that out. The 6 Fan Art Challenge. It's basically what the name says. You have a little template that the creator make, and it has 6 boxes that you have to fill with 6 characters from a fandom. Basically the idea is that you post the empty template and you ask your followers for characters and then you decide. I've seen different variants, like the first 6 comments get the character and things like that. But the idea is for you to post them and then decide amongst the most popular or the ones you like the most. I've seen 2 artists that do a bit of mix of asking, and then if they like a character better they will add their own characters. Or I've seen artists that maybe because they don't have enough followers or because they didn't like the suggestions or just because they decided to decide themselves, that get their own characters. I think it's all fine. I'm actually a fan of you doing your own thing. I've actually posted and asked my followers for suggestions, but I only liked like a few of them and I really didn't like most of them enough to draw. And then there were a lot of characters I didn't know, and I don't feel comfortable doing fan art of characters I don't know. It feels kind of fake. I actually put it out and I liked some of the suggestions. I took notes of all of them, but then I came up with a lot of characters myself, characters that I love or that I found really interesting to draw, and I couldn't help myself but to decide amongst the characters I liked. So sorry about that. So of course after that you're supposed to draw them after you choose them. I think choosing them is kind of the hardest part, but after you choose them you just have to post it in your Instagram and you're done. some people, like myself, are also posting them in separate posts in case, for example, it's taking me a bit to go over them, so I'm posting them each time I do one new. And I post the full painting and then I post the template with the little thing. If you want to check that out, the link to my Instagram will be down below. I'll try to link it in the video if I can too. I already have 2 characters done. One is the Phantom of the Opera, and the second one is the one you're seeing in this video, which is the Faun from Pan's Labyrinth. Oh my gosh, this one was so fun. I had a lot of fun doing this, but the first one took me around 3 hours, the Phantom, and this one took me 2.5 or something too. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to find a way to do it a bit quicker because it's taking me a long time. I'm really enjoying it, and maybe for some I'll even make prints if people are interested. But I think you shouldn't really take that much time with this unless it's something you really enjoy, because if it's just for one post, a lot of work for just one post seems a bit irrelevant. Especially if that post doesn't do good enough and then you feel discouraged. I'm just saying, in case, I think it's important that you don't put that much importance into that. So a little sneak peek on what I will be doing next. Probably add a little extra clip in this video from another character, but I don't know which one yet. So I'm gonna give you a little peek of what else I'm gonna do. Let's just say there's a bit of Tarantino, there's a bit of Studio Ghibli, someone a bit spooky and kooky, and someone really popular from a classic book that's been adapted to a movie. So I'm just saying that I'm keeping it surprise until I post them. Of course, when I start working on them, I post sneak peeks and stuff, but until I start posting those sneak peeks, they're secret. I think keeps it a bit more interesting. I'm almost tempted to do a round 2 because I'm really loving doing fan art these days. Maybe it's because I haven't been doing it for a long time. It's very fun to do from time to time and I love it. If you don't love doing fan art though, there's a lot of extra challenges that you can do too. And let's get into them. So I thought I would dedicate a lot of time to the 6 fan arts challenge because it's the one I'm doing in this video, but of course there's more. So the first one I'm talking about is the second one I found most popular during these times, and that's the Draw This in Your Style challenge. Who doesn't know the Draw This in Your Style challenge by now? I think we've all heard of them, we've all seen them, and it's really, the idea is very basic and I think it's really good, is that you, an artist, post a character or a drawing of their own and they post it with a Draw This in Your Style hashtag, kind of giving you permission to do your own thing with it. Some have more limitations than others, but some are really free. The idea is that you recreate that in your style. It's as easy as that. You post it with a hashtag the artist says and you're done. And I think this challenge is really good to see your own style. For example, the first time it started around, I was very insecure about my style because I really didn't see much of my style in my paintings. I saw really a lot of variety. I didn't see a particular style. But when I started doing this, I realized that I have some sort of style, even if I don't see it that much. And that really felt good to me. And I think it can help boost your confidence too if you have been drawing for some time and you still don't see your style. But please try to avoid doing a straight up copy. I fell into that at the beginning, trying to copy it, but now I even try to change up the pose, do something to help myself get out of the idea of being glued to that image to copy it and stuff. Of course, I think the point isn't also to get really different from what's there, but to recreate it in a style that you feel comfortable in and you feel it's yours. I think that's the point. And if you want to know more about this challenge, and I think I also have some tips and stuff, and I have a little collection of some of the Draw This in Your styles I've participated in, I have a post on my blog. So if you want to check that out, link in the description. I'm gonna say that a lot, sorry if it bothers you, but yeah, I have a lot of posts about these topics because I really like challenges, so. Okay, the third one I'm talking about is seasonal, and it's approaching. You'll see a lot of artists doing some mermaids during May. If you don't know which one I'm talking about, this one is MerMay. MerMay is really popular. I think from what I've seen, I think it will be the second one most popular after Inktober. I'm just telling you that because there's a lot of people participating and it's coming up. It's just half a month away. It's a good time to get ahead of it and we're all stuck at home, so why not join in and draw a lot of mermaids? Mermaids are really fun to draw. I really don't think anyone doesn't like drawing mermaids. Sorry, I'm gonna be a bit tongue-tied with all this mermaid thing. I think it's really good because there's so many artists that participate that it makes it really inspirational to look through the hashtags and stuff. There's so much variety and so many interpretations that I think it's like a good creative time, just like Inktober really. And the creator of MerMay is the ex-Disney animator Tom Bancroft. If you haven't seen anything from him, he has a podcast with his twin brother, Tony Bancroft. They were animators in the good Disney era, the old Disney, and I think they're really great. They're very cheerful and they have a podcast. So if you're interested in animation, or really I'm not that interested in getting into animation, but I love their podcasts, so if you want to check that out, I think it's really interesting. It's called the Bancroft Brothers Animation Podcast. I'll try to link it up below if I remember. So yeah, Tom Bancroft created this challenge. Usually he posts the official MerMay prompt list, but it's like Inktober, you're free to do other prompt lists. There's always a lot of interesting prompt lists around, so I think it's good if you check it out and you decide what to do yourself. For MerMay is, for example, for Inktober, I always follow prompt lists, or almost always, but for MerMay I always do it a bit free. Actually, also because MerMay is a really busy month, usually for university students here, so I don't do many mermaids. I'm hoping this year I will do a lot more. I'm actually quite excited for MerMay this year because it's actually the first one I think I'm going to be able to participate more. So I have a post on the blog for it too, and I will link down to the official webpage so you can find the prompt list. But yeah, I think if you're participating in a challenge like this, that is a month-long challenge, you could use some preparation. So if you're hearing this and you're interested, I will highly recommend for you to start checking prompt lists, deciding what you want to do, maybe even do some doodles and sketches. I think this really prevents from art block and seriously getting burned down later on. I've been doing it. I mean, you don't need to do it like in a pressure way to have sketches ready and done and stuff like that, but maybe start doing it slowly and kind of getting in the mood, and I think it really helps a lot. Another thing I find that might help will be doing a kind of inspirational board on Pinterest or something like that. I think I have one, so if you check out my Pinterest down below, I have a few inspirational boards that might be useful to you. That also helps you coming up with ideas. And now let's talk about more challenges. I'm gonna be faster with this next challenges. I just don't want to talk a lot about them because I think these three are the ones that will be the most popular and the most participated in these times. So I'm gonna talk about the rest just to give you ideas in case you want something different. And let's see. The first one, it's Huevember. And Huevember, it's, as it sounds, is for November, but I think it's one of those challenges that I found is relevant all year long because it's about color, not about the month itself. So this challenge, if you don't know anything about it, has kind of a wheel of color. If you search for Huevember, you'll find it. It's like 30 colors and you have to do a drawing per color. And the first time I saw it, I thought, oh, wow, this is strange. This is really different. But I was really interested. The first time I did it, I only did like 3 or 4 colors because I was seriously burned out from Inktober. Doing 2 challenges in a row, I think, like this, from 30 days to 30 days and non-stop is really tiring, but I remember thinking it seemed like a really good idea. I think it's really good for you to try and get out of your comfort zone, to try different colors, but also it helps you think because sometimes you have to find a way to make yellow work and stuff like that. I don't know, but I found it really interesting, and if you want to do it, search for the color wheel and start because I think you will enjoy it tremendously, especially if you struggle with color and with using color. Another one is the 100 somethings challenge. This challenge I have a video for dedicated, and I also have a post on the blog, so I'm gonna be quick about it. This challenge was created by Jake Parker, the creator of Inktober, and it's more of a long-term challenge for you to try and develop your skills and your character design skills. You have to pick a theme, not broad enough, but not narrow enough. Then you can create 100 somethings with it, 100 designs with it. And it can be anything, spaceships. For me, is witches. I've started it some time ago. I only have 5 or something, but I'm taking it slow. So Jake Parker did robots. and they were all the same kind of cute robots. You can see it in his channel, it's really cute. And he ended up doing 2000, and he said that is like hard at the beginning, but then you get in a row, and it's really good because it really makes you think and find new designs. And I think it's really important as an illustrator and creator that you have this flexibility of creating a lot of designs with just one thing. So check that out. You have videos of information in Jake Parker's channel. You have my blog post, my video post. So search for that if you're interested. I think you'll like it if you're looking for improving your character design skills or your designing skills. The next one is also for November. This one's called Slowvember, and this challenge was created by Lee White. Lee White actually collaborates with Jake Parker on a podcast and on their learning website, which is called svslearn.com. And he created this challenge to kind of rest from Inktober. It's kind of the opposite, actually. Instead of doing 30 illustrations in a month, you're supposed to do 1 illustration in a month. And he has like a video explaining it, and I also have a blog post about it. But it's like you take your time to do research, to do thumbnails, to refine your piece. And after that month, you have a portfolio ready piece that's worth it. And he guides you through the process with the different steps you can take, and I think it's a really good challenge to kind of change it up, switch it up. Sometimes we're trying to produce a lot of content for social media, for everything, and this kind of challenges might help you, I don't know, slow down and create a real masterpiece, and maybe you can do better work than you think you did. The next one is the Draw This Again challenge. This is a bit more basic, it's just a one-time thing. I do it from time to time, and it consists of picking an old drawing from yourself and redrawing it, just to see your progress. I will say that you should pick something that's between 10-12 months older, because picking something from yesterday won't do a lot of change, but if you pick something older, then you'll see a lot of improvement and you will be able to fix things. It's just really rewarding. I do it from time to time. I've seen a lot of artists that do it from time to time, and it's really good to see your progress, to fix things. Sometimes you find ways to fix things that you didn't think you could back then. Moving on, I think I should mention things like sketchbook challenges. There's a lot of sketchbook challenges around. Some of them are themed, some of them are not, and some of them are like kind of filling a sketchbook in 30 days, in 2 months or something like that. There's really a lot of variety here, or maybe 30 days of painting every day in my sketchbook, stuff like that. So if you're interested in filling sketchbooks or in trying to do more practices, I think you could do something like that. It's really interesting and it's really flexible. I've seen a lot of different varieties, and it's actually very up to you. So, and the next one I wanted to mention is one I also have a video and blog post for, is the 100 Heads Challenge by Ahmed Aldori. He puts out a challenge like this every, I don't know, half a year or a year, and they're always very similar. The 100 Heads Challenge consists in drawing 100 heads in 10 days. And then this year he got out the 50 Heads Challenge that is basically the same, but you have to do 50 heads in 10 days. And he has more. I think a few weeks ago he put out a challenge that was like 50 Fantasy Heads Challenge or something like that. But I've done it. I've done the first one and the second one, Heads Challenge, and I didn't complete any of them, but I thought it was really good and I had a lot of fun doing it. My problem was mostly organizational, I think, because I always pick the challenges when I have less time to draw. I don't know how I do it. I'm just bad that way. But yeah, I think it helps a lot with anatomy and with skills, and I've seen people doing it, more seasoned artists that say that it benefits them too, because sometimes when you've been drawing a lot, you say, well, I've drawn a lot of heads, I don't need help, but actually it helps to do kind of a review and do again all of these things. Then some other challenges I wanted to mention are monochromatic months or monochromatic weeks. I've seen these challenges and I find them really interesting, and you see, monochromatic doesn't have to be black and white. Sometimes it can be just with one color. And I think they're really interesting too, if you're interested in something slightly different and that's not exactly the same you see around. And lastly, I want to mention that if you're interested in this monthly, weekly challenges, stuff like that, there's a lot of accounts that kind of collect them and post them, give them publicity. But there's also a lot of accounts that basically do this all year, artists that do this all year actually. So I'm sure that if you really want to participate in a monthly challenge and such, you can find challenges with a little community, and sometimes actually challenges with a smaller community are better because there's more contact and they're kind of more warm. If what you're seeking for is kind of doing the challenge with a group of people and have interaction and all of that, sometimes these challenges are even better than these huge challenges, because there's so many people that, yeah, a lot of people might see your work, but I think sometimes you lose a little bit of the interaction. That was the last of it, but before I cut this video out, I wanted to say that in my blog I have a freebie when you subscribe to my mailing list. That's a huge prompt list, and it's not just for prompts. I also have a list of challenges, a list of projects you can do, and then there's prompts. And I kind of try to update it regularly, not all the time because I have to come up with the prompts and stuff, but it's already more than 200 prompts long, so if you want to go through it, I think it's gonna take you a lot to get through it. I've collected it because I think sometimes we need something to look at and have something spark a bit of creativity in us, and that's what I wanted to do with this prompt list, because it has simple prompts, it has moods, it has different ideas for projects and stuff. If you're interested in having something like that, you can sign up to my mailing list. I'm gonna leave links down below too, and you'll get it for free, and you can do whatever you want with it. I have more things in that bundle, so if you sign up, you'll also get more perks, like a free coloring page, and I also have a mini ebook for fighting art block that kind of helps you with different ways you can fight art block off. But if you're interested in that, I will leave the subscribe link down below. And yeah, that was all for today. I'm sorry if this video seemed a bit like, oh, I have links for this, I have that for that. When I mention this kind of things, I always like to give links to people to find information. And most of these posts that I do for these challenges, they leave you a lot of links to the original creators, to the original sources of information that I think are good if the challenge is a bit weird or complicated, to give you more information and instruction for that. So that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little different video. I hope you like these options. I'm probably gonna have them written down below. But if you like this kind of chatty, relaxing videos where I talk a bit more and you see the process more slowly, and maybe you work with me or something, please, if you're working with me and you're doing something, tell me what you're doing down below. But if you like these videos, please let me know, because they're longer and I don't want to spend a lot of time doing these videos if nobody cares to watch them. So I'd love to hear your feedback, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking with me while I ramble, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!